Hey, 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 hey. I love that song. Hey, hey. Sorry. So, Chris and I were just talking a little bit before we get on here. I'm going to throw a couple things out. I didn't even talk to Chris about this. Like, my brain
he
just,
loves
when this show starts, my brain, my brain just goes crazy. So, we are talking about changing just a podcast name. So I'm going to throw this out there.
Let's tell them why. Tell them why.
Well, it seems like certain areas, like we were trying to get a PA game commission on, and we had a couple
other
others.
Guests.
I forgot what her name was that wrote the book.
We won't say the names. We won't say the names.
So yeah, but there was somebody that wrote a book who's very famous. Everybody would know her. I asked her, and she said, "I would love to come on your podcast, but we don't like the name." So this is our name. We're not losing this name. However, we would like to step up the game and make sure we don't lose any guests that want to join. So we would like to just change the podcast name. So here's what I'm going to throw out there. We want you to send us your podcast names. If we choose one of yours, okay, I will send you a free t-shirt.
Nice.
Sounds like a pretty fair deal. So let that be. If you give us a podcast name and we choose it, we will send you a t-shirt. I'll contact you. You'll send me your stuff. I'll get you a t-shirt. I think that's a pretty cool way to go about this and involve the people.
Hey, where and how can they send this to you?
So, yeah, just send it to Big Sexy Outdoors 2021 at gmail.com. Or you can also send it to us on any of our links, as in Facebook or TikTok or any of our resources out there. Now, another thing we talked about is we see that a lot of people, if you show sexual exploitation, that it seems like you can get a lot more views. So,
yeah.
So I decided that I'm going to show it. We're going for views tonight. Okay. So that's number 2. All right. So don't check out these. Look at that. All right. No checking out my man pecs. All right. So that's number 2. And Chris, you want to join me? You want to get that man boobs out?
I will then. Go ahead with your other one because I got something I need to say. Here, let me get the sexy.
I forgot what my other one was. So Chris, you go ahead.
Here. How about that?
Oh, I love it. It's great. We do dumb stuff. This is what we're doing tonight. We are showing off our sexual exploitation. So we'll be flagged, no doubt, on Facebook.
Well, of course.
So go ahead, Chris. What you got? If I think of mine, I'll hit you up.
That's all right. So I was walking around, and as I often do, and I'll have my BSO shirts on. It's like the new Fat Guys Hunt 2 shirt. And I've had so many people say, "Oh, you like BSO too?" They have no idea that I'm on here.
Well, a lot of videos that go up are podcasts.
Yeah.
You in. So you know what that tells me? That tells me you got to start doing a little more of the videos. Is what that sounds like.
I'm working on it.
Okay. There we go. Take it off. Uncle Sexy. Look at that. So just because we need them views, and it seems like if you're a little sexy out there, you get some more views.
That's right.
This is kind of our joke we talked about before we started the show. I said, well, I'm going to take my shirt off and shoot the show that way. So here we are.
Would you
for you guys listening on iTunes and those things? I bet you would now.
I had someone send me a thing that said, life finds you so sexy, it got hard for you.
Oh my God. Well, that explains a lot for me, Chris.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
That's why life is hard, is because it finds you that.
I do want to bring up that our next show, we do have a guest. The guest is, and I want to get that out now so I don't forget. And I apologize. It's Alicia Morg from TikTok. She's with Chris.
I got it.
I am terrible.
Calm your tits.
Is it Alamo Outdoors?
Right here.
Yeah, the Alamore Outdoors.
So we won't show the pictures because we're saving all that for when she gets here.
Yep. So she's on TikTok. She'll be joining us in 2 weeks. So you guys are going to want to join us in, and that'll be, that'll be fun to have a new guest on, new voice, new opinion.
Yep.
Subject to her. I send her a few messages and said, "What do you want to talk about?" So we'll wait to hear what she wants to talk about, and then we're going to go with it.
Yeah.
So, and I know there's a lot of things we've talked about on this show already, but one thing I really want to bring up is, and I won't make it a show, but I got to bring this up. So I spoke to probably 10 people in the last 3 weeks, or last, 2 weeks it would be, that said Youth Day is the toughest day ever made, and they need to start stocking after Youth Day if they want to keep it. So I would like to just, while we're alive here in the show, I'd like to hear a few opinions on that while we're going. I thought that was not a terrible idea.
What? They want to wait to stock until after youth?
No, that we should do Youth Day, but then instead of waiting 2-3 weeks to stock, they should stock right after, so they can reacclimate for everybody else's first day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I didn't think it was a terrible idea. Yeah, no. I didn't think it was a horrible idea. I thought, okay, at least that would make sense. You could just take the parents off from Fish and Youth Day. I mean, that would probably makes more sense, but who am I?
Well, we had that argument, yeah. Oh, let me ask you something.
I won't have it again. Oh, yes. So, yes. I love when you call me that.
So what was the brand of lures that you got for me?
Oh, whoa, Chris. Now we all know what kind of lures I use. That is Susquehanna Custom Lures. And you look down in the corner right here. It is Susquehanna Custom Lures. I stand by those, dude. No, it's right here on my screen.
Is it?
On my screen, it's right here.
Oh, okay, you're wrong.
My screen's right there. I promise.
That's okay. You can be wrong.
I promise.
Anyway.
So
Xavier took him out.
You got brown trout slim lines.
And the BSO rattle trap.
Let's hear it.
He took it out today. Caught a couple with the rainbow.
Yeah. See, those are the slim line.
Yeah.
They do real well. Now, let me tell you a bad part. I'm going to be honest with you. I used them up at Penn's Creek this weekend. I threw them a ton. Not a fish. Had a ton follow it. Where I see them go right to my boot, but they did not commit. Yep. Which is odd for me. Most time they commit. I normally, if I see them coming in, they're hitting it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The water was real murky.
That's why you had your shirt off.
Real cloudy. And
that could be it too.
That might have something to do with it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. I know it was real deep. A lot of areas I went were super, super deep. And slim line isn't made to go real deep. A slim line's a foot max
from
the top.
Yeah.
So right. So that could be some of it.
But hey, it worked.
I was bummed because I was really hoping to show them lures off up there. I was really hoping to eat it up and be able to go, look, I told you, look. But it didn't work that way.
But these got them first try down here, so. Also,
I'm glad because they work well. Dude, they work well. Is that now? I have a question. Was that in a local creek or was that out at
that was the canal,
a local pond or? Okay, so that's a Pine Grove Canal.
Yeah.
Right. Did I stock that?
That is a good question. One that I'm not sure of.
Last year, Pine Grove Fish and Game stocked that.
They might. I don't know.
I don't know if they did it. All right, something to think about and inquire.
Yeah. Speaking of thinking about, big shocker, the PA Game Commission couldn't make any kind of a decision and just kept the opening day of deer season, rifle deer season, on the Saturday right after Thanksgiving. So they didn't make any changes at all. But they had like 68 committees to waste your money.
Stop making changes.
But no, I'm saying they had
all these committees. Yeah, well, that will always happen. Yep. Oh, dude, I'm in. I mean, I get it. I just think they need to stop making changes. Because here's what happens. You have the same law for 16 years, and then all of a sudden you change it. Well, somebody didn't get a book this year, right? Because I've already gone and they ran out of books.
Mm-hmm.
So now I didn't get a book this year. So now I missed the change they had. Well, guess what? Now I'm busted. But for 16 years, Outlaw was straight. But now I got fined because the change once. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, it's never happened to me, but if it's had to happen to people, and I've already got where I haven't had a book, now I'm smart enough to download the Pennsylvania Game Commission app, which anyone can find on their Play Store or any of those things. So if you are missing that book, you can go there and find it. And I use that app quite often. I know if I see a bear coming, I'll pull my phone out, be like, crap, they're not in. See, turkey's coming. Oh, they're not in. Usually, whatever I see or hear, it's not in.
I thought it was to buy the license quick.
Yeah. No, that's not it. That's funny, but that's not it.
Yeah.
And actually, there's probably a lot of people that do that now. You say.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
But yeah, I always buy my tags and make sure I'm covered. I don't ever have to worry about that. I spend way more money than I should at the Pennsylvania Game Commission. I can tell you that right now. That's why last year I cut it 4 tags. I was like, that's it for deer. I could have got more. Done. I have kids that hunt. I hunt. I don't need it. You know what I mean?
I
will tell you this year, I want to shoot some good footage.
Yeah.
My boy got deer now. I really want to shoot some good footage. So I'm hoping this year we get some phenomenal footage.
We'll have to do something with setups of the feeders and everything until.
Yeah, I don't even have one out yet.
Well, that's what I mean. That'd be a good video to do setup.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is here in Pennsylvania now they made that illegal, so I didn't even touch one.
What?
Yep, it's illegal. Anything here is illegal. So
you can't even set up your own feeder
right now.
Get out of here.
Nope. Yep, because of CWD now. Now it is certain areas, I believe. So but I believe there's certain areas of 4E that are set up. Yeah, I got to check it more. And that's why I didn't do anything, because I want to check and make sure if I would, there would be, follow rules, regs. But I know a lot changes every year. And with CWD, there's been so many arguments back and forth, so they eat off the same bait pile, but they don't eat off the same corn cob, dumbest I ever heard. But who am I? I mean, I'm nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an idiot that pays for a license. That's who I am.
Yeah. I was thinking, because I didn't get the pheasant stamp for the last couple years. I just never went for pheasants. But with this dog that I have now, that actually brings things back to you, I'm thinking about getting it if we can, try to train it up a little. Speaking of training it up a little, you had something that you were telling me about for training dogs on birds. Tell me about that.
So you talking about my shock collar? I have a few things I train dogs with.
No. The thing you were just telling me about was the launcher.
Oh, so at this point we have made a golf ball launcher, and I'm sure you've seen the video and you've seen a lot of things,
and we're going to show that.
I'm working with backcountryinnovated.com. If you look, that's on this side of the screen down here in the bottom. So working with backcountryinnovated.com, and they are actually printing for me currently not only are they printing a inner muzzle to tighten up the golf ball inside. It will all screw and adapt together. We'll have a video on it. It'll all screw and adapt together, fit down in the pipe perfect. And the golf ball fit tight, which is going to be cool just by itself. But then we're going to have another barrel that we can interchange out, and that barrel is going to have a rocket. Now, in that rocket, a few things will happen. There's going to be a light that flashes. There's going to be a whistle that goes off to make noise and throw it out of whack a little bit. But we're also looking at putting in a scent tube. So you can go to Cabela's, you can go anywhere you want, and you can put drops of the scent in. So, we're talking, how big do we want this scent tube, right? How big do we want it? We want to disperse, of course, the whole length. So you don't want a crap ton falling out when you shoot, but you need enough the dog can smell it, because you're going to shoot it through the air, right? And you don't want it to disintegrate. So that's something we're working on. How do we do that? How do we make it happen? So we're going to shoot a demo or two about that when it comes. But the goal is that you fill that scent tube with, if you go out to Cabela's, you can buy different scents. You can buy pheasant, you can buy duck, you can buy quail. It comes in little tubes. They freeze it or however they do it. They bag it up for you. So then our goal is that you take this and drop it in there, and they can fetch it and bring it back. And you can train your dog off of that. So that's something we're working on. We want to see released. That I think would be super important.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that'd help not only us, but a lot of other people too that want to start training. That'd be a good even if you tie it onto a rope and toss it, something to launch it. I think it's a good idea to get it out there.
Well, so think about it like this.
No.
And not sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. You paused on my end, so I apologize. But think about it like this, Chris. So when I've trained dogs in the past, we use what they call a bird box. Okay. So what we do is we take the dog, we teach the dog to follow the wind. The dog gets a scent. When the dog gets close to the bird, you let it point, and stop, do its thing, whatever you teach your dog to do. You hit a button and it releases the bird, and the bird flies out. Okay. A lot of times they use pigeons. I've seen them use pigeons. I've seen them use chuckers. It's your thing, however you want to try and do your thing. But this will do all that. Also, the whistle will be, one, it'll be cool for us. But two, it's going to be a sound the dog won't hear. So,
right.
Say you kick a pheasant out. What does a pheasant do? Makes it cackle, right? 9 out of 10, that pheasant makes it cackle. What does a duck do when they come in? They quack, right? What does a goose do? They honk. So it's just going to throw a sound out there that the dog has to hear that sound in the process. How many times does your dog jump the gun by sound? Okay, just something to think about. So the whistle will be very loud, but it'll keep the dog a little focused on it, right? So your dog doesn't jump. Give your dog that, train him to jump and go from there. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
And it started off,
but I think it's a great idea.
Because of something like this.
All right, guys. So we just built this baby yesterday, shot a golf ball out of it. This thing zips. So we took a tire bead seater, 1.5-inch coupler to screw in, small 1.5-inch pipe, and then we did a 2-inch reducer into a 2-inch pipe, and that allows a golf ball to sit right on it. So, Nick, load her up.
I like that you can hear it hit.
No, that one there, Chris, we maxed out the tank.
Where'd it go?
No, that one there, we maxed out the tank. That one over 300 yards, not feet.
Yards. It's gone, dude.
Most guys can't even shoot a gun that far.
Yeah. Well, I like this. This
imagine using something like that to train your dog.
That's why I brought it up. Yeah. Because that one got,
not only is it fun for you, fun for kids. Yeah. Oh yeah, that got a lot of views everywhere. Fun for you, fun for your kids. It kind of, and your dog. Listen, I don't know if you guys ever watch my potato video, but my dog, when she sees that come out, she will bark and scream and carry on.
Now, this is the original Deer Feeder 3000.
Yep.
And what are we doing in this one?
So again, even a potato gun. Imagine if you had something here. This is where we're jamming an apple down at some arrows. So we decided to try to shoot arrows. We did have one arrow. We shot a double arrow with broadheads. We did have one arrow go about 250 yards out of it. But that was the most we could get out of it. And as for hitting a target, that was a complete shit show.
Yeah, I didn't think. I don't think accuracy is what you're going for here.
Dude, even at 10 yards, we couldn't touch a target. We were breaking them, smashing them. We were
really.
I mean, it was bad, yeah. But just imagine using something like that to train your dog.
Not
Am I the only one that thinks that would be a really great idea?
Well, obviously not, because that's why we brought it up, was because of the BCI. If they start offering it to everybody, and I get it that you guys are testing it out, which is what you have to do before you launch anything. I thought it was a good idea. That's why I brought it up. That's why I titled this, don't leave a redneck alone.
Yeah, well, that's we do a lot of dumb things. But let's now. I don't know if you could use something like that for like beagle training. It would be more bird dog or retrieval. But beagle training. So you're talking about dog training. I've had many conversations with people on how do I train my beagle. The thing with any dog is this: praise it when it does right, reprimand it when it does wrong. Now, when I say reprimand it, you don't go punch your dog or hit your dog. That's stupid. That doesn't get a dog to listen to you. That you guys are a-holes and the dog doesn't care. But I use a shock collar, and I will always use a shock collar. I use one with beep, vibrate, and shock. When I go, when I shoot this potato gun, or I go shoot a handgun or a rifle or a shotgun, say we shoot blue rocks, I can take my dog with, and she will stay at my feet as long as that collar's on. I will tell her to heel, and as long as I'm there shooting, she won't move from there. If I get up to go, she'll go. So there's so many things out there you can do. I just thought this would be a cool one.
Again, that's why I brought it up. Now, what are you doing with this?
Maybe part? I'm wrong. So what I did is I used.
Is this still the single or double?
Yeah, that was a single. So apples are soft. So what I did is, yep. So it's a potato gun. So where the apples have the core, the stem for the core, I was putting the arrow in there, hoping it held, but it didn't work. It didn't work the way we hoped. You know what I mean? But I just watch that thing kick Nick. There's a lot of power behind one of them, and you don't realize it until you shoot one. Poor little Nick, he's only under 100 pounds, and you can see it kick him.
Yeah, this is the one I want to
3 arrows.
So
that wasn't the broadhead one. No, the broadhead one.
Well, we'll get there.
The broadhead one was the good one. That was the one where I don't know what happened. Notice my shirt though. Normal isn't coming back. Jesus is. Speaking of shirts.
Oh my God.
Oh, watch this. Watch this.
That's
Dude, they hit the wood. You see that wooden frame?
Dude, look, it's shattered the arrows.
Yeah, they hit the wooden frame, dude. It was exploding.
Pieces. There's
so much force behind one of them.
Can at least go like through?
People tell me I'm a child. Well, I don't care. I'm a child. If I can have fun doing something, I'll be a child all day.
There's shining that one. There's one on the ground. There's one on
you
the
got
ground.
one.
Look.
Yeah, look, it's only a half a piece.
Yeah.
That's a full one there.
There you go.
This is the broken one. There's a full one in the ground, so there's one more.
Yeah.
We wanted to shoot the 3D targets, but we couldn't shoot them. We couldn't make it happen.
So what made you decide to put the arrows in there?
I got 4 stuck in the ground.
Well, the way I'm going to put it to you, Chris, is like this.
I think we might shoot one way up in the air.
Stupid to do. That's kind of where I'm at. I just came up with this real stupid idea and thought, how cool would this be if we could shoot a 3D target with a potato gun?
I think we might shoot one way up in the air.
I did shoot a 3D target with a potato gun. I did shoot a 3D target with a potato gun. But back in a previous video, and it actually shot the potato through the 3D target and destroyed it. So I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was find a way to get the arrow to stick. So I used soft apples.
Well, what was funny, you're saying about you doing stupid things, and then the next thing I hear is this.
I think we might shoot one way up in the air and see what happens.
We used to do that as a kid with.
We're shooting a broadhead up in the air?
Yeah, what the heck? All right. Looks like we only got 2 old broadheads. Three bladers with 2. Yeah. We're going to shoot them. 1, 2, 3. Go.
I want to tell you, Chris, I do stupid stuff.
I got it once you do that. Just watch you don't touch them broadheads.
You noticed in that one video it said
on 3.
Train dumbasses, please don't do this.
2. 1.
Oh shit!
Dad!
Listen,
Well-
I thought those arrows shot my dog.
I was
I
gonna
didn't
say.
even see him.
So
She
that
didn't have her
wasn't one of
collar
my
on,
smarter
and that's
ones,
what
but
happens
you know,
when you don't put that collar on. I thought we
Mhm.
shot the dog. I'm not gonna lie, we were all in pure panic, and we never found those arrows. Now we did find one last week. Nick found one down at the creek, so that's about 250 yards.
Yeah.
What we did find is Nick's
Some
compound
of the
bow
old-
arrows where he
or-
was shooting
yeah.
at 3D targets and he wasn't supposed to be.
I was gonna say they look like
So
the,
we found a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to be shooting at the bag target, until he gets his bow sighted in. I think that's pretty
Mhm.
accurate with it. Well, he decided he was just going to shoot at all 30-yard 3D targets, so there's arrows all over the ground down there. It was nice.
Hmm.
But kids listen. I mean, let's face facts. Kids are awesome. They listen to every word you
Mhm.
say.
Absolutely.
You can advise them, and
I
they'll
know we
always
did.
take your advice. And oh yeah, yeah, and they're just fun to be around. And in most cases, if eBay allowed you to ship and put holes in the box, I'd probably do that.
Be honest, you'd leave the holes out.
I mean, oh, dude, I
You get
love
no
my kids to
returns.
death. They drive me freaking insane some days. My Nick,
Mm.
God, my Nick is a
So-
handful some days. It's hard to handle.
So what's this here? What's this? Tank.
So that is a tire. That is a bead seater. So if you change tires on a vehicle and you're trying to get the tire to push up over the rim, that that holds up to 160 psi,
Mhm.
which is pounds per square inch. Now my gauge is broken on mine, or there's something I'm missing because I was trying to Google it and I can't find anything. But my blow off valve goes off at 6, so I'm guessing that at 4 bar, my gauge says that PSI has bar, so I'm guessing at 4 bar, I am somewhere around 120 psi.
And what do you set it up to when you shoot these things?
Well, I ran everything at 4 bar. We got 270, 268, 262 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The potato gun in this video, potato gun we put a golf ball in it. Okay, we put a golf ball in it before the potato launch. So in this video, this one here got, don't quote me, it's in the video, but I think it was 170 yards.
And this is the one we built?
Yes, that's one you and I built and made a video building.
Yeah.
And then I got to make a video building I got a lot of people requesting a video on how to build the golf ball launcher.
Yeah.
So golf ball launcher is easy. I mean, you just buy the tank, $52 at Walmart. After that, it's easy.
No,
the only thing is they ripped me off in that tank. Yeah, you got to refill it every shot. Whatever you put in that tank, as long as right here at that, look in the top right side, you see that valve?
Yeah.
That's where you fill it. You take it to your you take it to your air compressor, put it on. When your gauge on the left hits 4, that's it, ready to go.
So if you have an air compressor sitting next to you, it's easy.
Well, I just was walking back to my garage. I had an air hose ran out of my garage, and I just walked back, put it on, walked up. I could have shot it from anywhere, but what we did is we put a rock on the ground, so we knew that we shot from the exact same place every single time when we were rangefinding. You know what I mean? Like, that was the goal. The goal was that we shot exact same, so I could see exactly what the difference was. So it ended up being the golf ball launcher shot 92 yards farther than the potato launcher. And that was with the potato pushing a golf ball at the end.
Yeah. And these brain freeze. The scent bombs is what I'm just going to call them. That BCI's making. They'll fit in either one of these as long as the diameter of the pipe is right.
Yes. However,
that's going to be cool.
I don't know if it'll fit in a potato cannon because we took all our measurements based off the golf ball launcher.
Okay, well, that's why I said if the pipe is right.
Right. Yeah. It would if the pipe's the same, but every measurement we took off was for the.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeremy Boswell runs a huge YouTube channel.
Okay.
And he does nothing but 3D print for potato cannons and stuff. So he actually has the design already out there
Yeah.
for a lot of this stuff. So it's just a matter of, taking the info and putting it together.
Yeah. Well, that's just interesting because I think that's honestly, I truly believe that that's going to be a good tool for people that want to help train dogs. And if you have something like this, or even if you just have a, almost like the red-handled ass grabber, the hand-throwing blue rock thing.
Red-handled ass grabber.
That's all Paps
where
ever
does
called
this
it.
stuff come from?
Paps called it that for as long as I remember. He
I
always said,
never
"Get the
heard Pap
red-handled
call it
ass
that,
grabber."
ever.
Yep, right-handed guy.
Oh, well, dude, that okay. So the red-handled ass grabber, the blue rock thrower. Did you
Yeah.
see they have a new one out that has a hinge?
No.
So I have it. I have both. I have the original, which is just a horse. It comes out in a little bend with the U
Yeah.
to hold
yeah.
the clay, and the new one has a hinge in the middle. So it actually, instead of having a bow, it bows, but then it can go like this.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, it kind of gives it like a snap stop.
Yeah,
that one
you'll
really
have to show
chucks
me
them.
then. You'll have to
Yeah,
show
that
me
one
then.
really chucks them. Now, I will tell you this. I think they did it because, and I don't know, I'm not going to speak for them, but when I was a kid, Dad, forgive me if you're listening. When I was a kid, my dad said, pull. And you know how them old ones never actually, like you had to snap your wrist to get them to go?
Yeah.
Well, I hit my dad right in the teeth.
Oh my God.
It never left go. And he was so mad. Oh my God, I thought he was going to kill me.
Yeah.
I remember him
I
saying,
never heard
you
that story.
rotten. I don't even know what words come out after. Oh, you never heard about that?
No, that's the first
Oh,
I'm hearing.
dude, he was going to kill me. I remember taking off as a kid. I thought, oh my God, I'm a dead man. I hit him so hard in the teeth. He just stood there holding his face. Oh,
Mhm.
oh. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it as a kid.
So
I
let
think
me
that's
ask
why,
you,
though, they revamped them. Think.
and I can't blame him for that. But we have, I say we, but you have them out there. What, like 200 glow-in-the-dark blue rock
I have a lot, yeah.
that we are supposed to
But we
do a
painted them
video
glow in the
and
dark, and we don't
Right.
know.
We don't
We
know
don't
if
know
they're going to
what'll
actually
happen with
glow.
them. Yeah, we could set up, put cameras up, and they could never glow. I mean, I have no clue what's going to happen.
So, but yeah,
It
we got to get that video made.
We do a lot of experiments, Chris. You know what I mean? A lot of our stuff fails sometimes, and the videos don't really go. But
Well, no, listen to this. Listen, you ready? They tried
yes.
6,000
If you fart in
different...
the mic, Chris,
No. They tried 6,000 different ways to make the light bulb. It only took one try to get it right. You know what I mean? So even if we fail a bunch of times, just like when we got married, then, as long as we get it right one time, that's all that matters.
I hope your wife isn't watching.
I'm looking for the shoe.
I hope your wife isn't watching. Yeah, I wait for it to come flying over to you in the head. Yeah, I mean, we all make mistakes. Look what my mom made.
Yeah,
There's my brother and sister.
exactly.
But,
No, come on. Tommy's good if you ever need a tree chopped down.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He's like the cheer. What do you call him? The tree chewer 3000. I think we used to call him. Yeah, we do. We just do a lot of dumb stuff. And here's the thing. So here's something I want to stress to people watching is this. You have your kids. Now your kids can be, and I always say take a kid outdoors, and I mean that 110. So you can take your kid and you can put them on a game or a PlayStation or an iPad, and you can do all those things. And I'm not saying they won't learn anything, but I'm going to ask you this: is it really healthy for them? Are they really learning what you want to teach them? So me, when we build these pipes, and Chris, you've seen it. Nick was there building step by step with us, asking questions, and he's learning. Even though it might be dumb stuff,
yeah,
he's learning.
Right.
When I was a kid, we built potato guns, and that's where I got the idea from. And then
potato guns, bike ramps.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, bike ramps I'm too old for,
So,
and too big.
yeah.
But Nick said when we were shooting a potato gun, man, imagine if you could launch a golf ball. Well, didn't take long. We figured it out. Doing some Google research on what we could do. Here we are. And now we're going to try to use it in a training process. So I actually have, so that you'll like this, but I'm actually working with, if I can get it dialed in to shoot 350 yards, which I think I can with this stuff they're printing. I'm going to be part of a fundraiser. And we're going to charge $20 a team at a golf tournament. And they're going to use their first hole to shoot the golf ball with it.
So instead of using it off the tee, they're going to boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Only the first one shot, first hole, each team member. So it'll be $20. It'll be $5 they don't have a set in stone, but that sounds like what it'll be. They asked me if I'd bring it out for the day, if we can get it dialed in. So I said, absolutely, anything we could do to be cool and help, right? Let's do it. So sometimes our dumb stuff leads us to great places. And if you do a fundraiser to help anybody, let's be honest, guys, anytime you can help somebody in need or organization in need, that's what it's all about, right? So good evening to all the Magnus bastards and bass heads. So that's a big thing. And so even when you're doing dumb stuff, whether you're shooting guns or fishing or whatever you're doing, but in this case, we just did a couple dumb things, but your kids are outside, man. They're learning.
Yeah.
You're still supervising them. I mean, let's be honest. When I built potato guns as a kid, nobody supervised me.
No.
We just did stupid stuff.
Yeah.
We had the old twist igniter, Chris. Remember the old twist igniters?
Uh-huh. Says, have you seen?
Hey, we're just talking about it. So we're just talking about it. We're actually working on a rifled barrel that will fit inside my golf ball launcher. We're actually going to glue it inside and make it a permanent fixture. And he's going to print them. I believe he said he can print them in 10-inch or 1-foot sections. And he's going to make them that they screw together. And then we'll put it all down. So we're actually working on that. And again, we're going to make a dog trainer out of it. So Pops Chris Ben. Hey, that sounded like the Three Stooges almost.
Yeah.
And if you're asking anybody joining us why I'm sitting here with my shirt off, it's because Chris and I off screen before we get on said one thing we learned is if you can show some cleavage, you get more views. So I told Chris I would be willing to take one for the team and show the cleavage. So here we are. Okay. So I decided today I'm going to wear my Interlock Broadheads hat.
Yep.
And just go on screen on my skivvies. No, I'm just kidding.
I took my shirt off once at night, blinded 3 UFOs, killed them all. That's how we got Roswell. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Would you like glow in the dark it or what?
Pretty much. Yeah. See?
Like a whole landing strip on there. Well, I mean, you are. How old are you, Chris? 52?
52. But I'm pretty.
Oh, yeah, 52 and still can't grow chest hair and chin hair. It's something we have to talk about with some point of life.
Yeah.
They're making flies with my hair, and you can't even grow 3. All right, we got to talk about this. They do make Miracle Grow.
They do.
What if you drank it? God-like discipline. Yeah.
That's why I don't go shirtless, because I will blind people in space.
Blind people in space.
But we are at that time.
Are we at time?
Yeah.
They say time flies when you're having fun.
Or doing this.
But I think this is fun. I always have fun, Chris. Anytime with you is fun, Chris. Okay.
I want to make that.
Anytime with the viewers is fun. So before we go, let's do this, Chris. Thursday this week, we will be live. We will be live on YouTube. We'll be live on Facebook, and we'll be live on TikTok. We will be doing a giveaway. We're going to give away 2 prizes. Although I said we're only going to give away 1, we are going to give away 2. And the reason we're going to do that is nobody claimed the last prize. We gave away 2 last time. Somebody only claimed 1. So when we do our giveaways, make sure you stay on. So you have 30 minutes from the moment we call your name to claim it. Do not mess it up. If you're spending the time on there, don't get off. Why did I do 30 minutes? Because what I found is people wait more than 30 days and they'll message me and say, oh, I forgot. Well, too late. So I do 30 minutes. You're already on watching. It takes you 5 minutes after we call your name to message me and say, hey, man, here I am, right? So do me a favor. Tank Ferret Presents. Love that. I love that comment. Take a moment, smash and hit that like button. Share us out. Don't forget we're on YouTube. Special thank you to Madness Outdoors. Come on.
You're close.
I had outdoors.
You're
I had
close.
to go outdoors.
Man,
Listen, I could do Madness Entertainment. We're the outdoors. Right? So anyway, Pops and you guys, thank you very much. Hey, we love you. God bless. Take a child outdoors, and we're going to roll out of here. See you later, guys.
If you missed the live viewing of any Meg production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. Madness Entertainment Group.